Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you? I hope all of you are doing well at home. So for today's lesson, we are going to learn about a semi-formal email asking for and giving information. If you turn to page 86 of your textbook, you will see an announcement made by Putrajaya Cycling Club. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, on page 86, you can see an announcement made by Putrajaya Cycling Club about Putrajaya Century Bike Ride that will be organized by that club, okay, on Sunday 16 June. And the aim of this Putrajaya Century Bike Ride is to help the Heart Foundation of Malaysia to raise money to fight against heart disease. Okay, so please read the announcements and the email or letter written by the student in response to the announcement. Okay, take some time to read it first. Okay, after you have read this semi-formal letter, okay, shall we go straight to part C here? Okay, part C on page 87. Okay, on page 87. Okay, part C. Okay, read the information below, then read the direct question 1 to 5 and form indirect question. Okay, so the notes given here is that, okay, in the semi-formal letter that you have read on the previous page, some of the questions, okay, were written in indirect manner. Okay, so we have two type of question actually. The first one is direct question. Direct question means you ask straight away. For example, why are you late? That is called direct question. Okay, as for indirect questions, okay, you ask your question in a more polite way. For example, I want to know why you were late. Okay, can you please tell me why you are late? So that is called indirect question. When you ask question in a more polite manner, it is called indirect questions. But if you ask the question right away to that particular person, such as how old are you? That is direct question. But if you ask in this way, I would like to know your age. That is called indirect question. Okay, got it. So in the box given, there are some examples of indirect questions. Okay, for example, can, could, or would you tell me so and so? Would you inform me? Okay, would you let me know? Do you know? I would like to know. I would like to ask you about our Google Meet last night. Okay, other example, I would be grateful if you could tell me so and so. I'm interested in finding out. Please let me know, and I was wondering. Please take some time to underline these sample indirect questions in the sample letter that was written by Aiman Megat. Okay, on page 86. Yeah. So let's take a look at these samples, direct and indirect question. Okay, number one, how much is the registration fee? That is a direct question. And for the indirect one, I would like to know how much the registration fee is. Number two, will the team do any training before the race? That is a direct question. As for indirect question, I was wondering if or whether the team will do any training before the race. Okay. Number three, is accommodation included in the price? Indirect, do you know whether accommodation is included in the price? And lastly, what do I need to bring along? Apa yang patut saya bawa? Could you tell me what I need to bring along? So, for indirect questions, you ask your question in a more polite manner. That is the difference. Now, let's try to answer the 5 questions. Let's change the direct questions to indirect questions. Number 1, how many students are participating? Okay, what do you think the answer? The answer is, can you tell me how many students are participating? Question mark. Okay, can you tell me how many students are participating? Okay, that is more polite. Okay, lebih bersopan. Okay, number 2, when does the cycling team meet? I was wondering, the answer is, I was wondering when the cycling team meets. I was wondering when the cycling team meets, full stop. Number 3, is a certificate awarded to participants? The answer is, I would like to know whether a certificate is awarded to participants, full stop. Number 4, does this event take place every year? Do you know if this event takes place every year? Do you know? Adakah awak tahu? Do you know when? Sorry, do you know whether this event takes place every year? And lastly, where is the registration office? Di manakah pejabat pendaftaran? Okay, the indirect question would be, could you tell me where the registration office is? So you just modify the direct question, the words in the direct question, okay, to construct indirect questions. Okay, now here comes the writing part. Okay, before you attempt these writing questions, you should refer to the sample semi-formal letter on page 86. They are actually the same. Okay, and I want you to write this essay and send it to me using Google Form. Okay, so let's take a look at the question here. What are the requirements of the question? What are the things that you need to include in your... what are the items or question that you need to answer in your writing when you reply to this announcement? Okay, the question is, you have seen the following announcement on your school notice board. You are interested in taking part, but you need more information before you decide. Awak nak mengambil bahagian tapi nak maklumat lanjut sebelum awak membuat keputusan. You want to ask about. Here are the things. Okay, the item that you need to include in your semi-formal email. First, the price of the caving trip. Yuran penyertaan aktiviti memasuki gua, meneroka gua, caving trip, lawatan ke gua. Berapa harga dia, berapa cost. Okay. Number 2, if lunch is provided. I would like to know if lunch is provided. You can answer like that, you can write like that in the letter or in your email. And number 3, whether you need any special equipment. Sama ada kamu perlukan peralatan yang khas. Okay, so when you want to go caving, you need to wear hiking shoes. Okay, you need to buy special shoes. Okay, so you have to make sure that you bring those you have to make sure that you have that kind of equipment with you. Write a letter to Mr. Trenton giving any necessary information about yourself and asking for the information you want. Tuliskan surat kepada Mr. Trenton, memberikan maklumat yang diperlukan mengenai diri anda dan bertanyakan tentang informasi yang anda mahukan. So, let's take a look at the announcement. Okay, sign up for an unforgettable experience. Daftar untuk pengalaman yang tidak dapat dilupakan. On Sunday 27th March, join the Geology Club Geology on its annual caving adventure. Pengembaraan meneroka gua tahunan. The Geology Club is organising a one-day trip to Crystal Cave. Mengajukan lawatan satu hari ke Gua Crystal. Discover, terokai this amazing cave system gua yang menakjubkan and is fascinating underworld site, dan pemandangan bawah tanah yang mengagumkan. Don't miss this adventure. Okay, jangan terlepas peluang ini. To sign up, contact Edward Trenton giving name. So when you write a letter to Mr. Trenton, make sure you give your names, age, umur, and saying whether you have any previous caving experience, dan nyatakan sama ada kamu ada pengalaman meneroka gua sebelum ini. So make sure you include the information that the questions ask you, and your essay should be written in about 150 to 200 words only. 150 hingga 200 patah perkataan sahaja. Okay, you can refer to the sample letter on Putrajaya Bike Ride. Okay, and make sure you use both direct and indirect questions. So I wish you all the best. Okay, have a nice day and good luck. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.